The purpose of this video is to go over how to install and then load a package within R and RStudio. So let's get started. The first thing we'll do is we'll go into RStudio, into our code file, and the way you install a package is you run a line of code called install.packages. There it is. I can just hit enter and it'll complete that for me. The install.packages function will take one argument inside the parentheses, and in this case that'll just be the name of the package. So let's say I want to install the package CAR, Companion to Applied Regression, that package. So what I would do then is I would go ahead and I would hit the run button. And now you'll see in the console, it's working. It's working on installing that package for me. So it sent the code to the console in blue, and now it's telling me in red what's going on as it installs the package. And in this case, it installed the package for me pretty fast. And the way that I know that it's done installing the package is that I got another blue arrow here in the console. When you get this blue arrow, that's usually an indication that R is done working on whatever you asked it to do previously. If you don't see that blue arrow, that likely means that it's still working. Another thing to keep in mind, and you can have a look at this if you rewind this video, is that when you give R something to work on and it takes more than a split second, as was the case just now, where my mouse is in the top right corner, you might also see a stop sign, a little icon that looks like an American stop sign. That's another indication that RStudio is in the process of running something for you in R. And you can in fact click on that stop sign if you want to interrupt the computer and terminate the process that's in progress. Now, one really important thing to note is that if it's one of your first few times installing a package or packages within R and RStudio, it's normal for that process to take a very long time, potentially much longer than it did in this demonstration video. So even if it takes you 10 minutes, for example, to install a package, that's okay. Just go ahead and let the computer do its work and let it install the package. Sometimes it may also tell you that it recommends that you restart RStudio before installing a package. And in that situation, it doesn't hurt to just save your work, close RStudio, start it again, and then make your attempt to install the package, again, just by running the install.packages command. And a final thing to note about the process of installing a package is that occasionally the process might stop. So in the console, you might notice that, okay, it's no longer telling me stuff, either in red or black, as it works to install the package. In that situation, you might want to read just the most recent few lines that are shown to you in the console, because the computer might be asking you a question. Occasionally, it might ask you if you want to go ahead with installing something. And in many cases, you can just type the letter Y or the word YES directly into the console window where it's asking you the question, and then you can hit enter, and then the process of installing the packages or package should continue. Of course, each person's computer is unique, and the particular errors and the way in which the package will get installed on your computer might be different, so always feel free to reach out to somebody who can help you out as you try to install a package. Okay, now we're going to turn to how do we load a package in R. So the R code for loading a package is library. Here we go. So I'll hit enter to autocomplete. So this is a library function. And now I'll just type car, C-A-R, without quotation marks. Earlier, when installing the package, I used quotation marks. Now I don't need to in line 4. And then I'll run line 4. And you see in the console, it told me that it loaded the required package car data, which is another package that the computer loaded for us in addition to loading the package car. Sometimes when you run the library command to load a different package, so it'll be, library something else, and that something else will be replaced by the name of whatever other package you're trying to load to accomplish something within R. Sometimes you won't see any response here in the console. You'll just see the word library and then the name of your package, and then you'll just see another blue arrow. That indicates to you that the package has successfully been loaded. Now, another thing to point out is that within RStudio, you have this packages tab here. And so if you go over there, you can search for various packages. So I'll type CAR, Companion to Applied Regression, and you can see here that this box is checked, which means that the package car is indeed currently loaded on my computer. Okay, so what we did just now is we went through the procedure of installing and then loading a package into our current session of R, which we were running using RStudio. So if you were following along, you've now completed those skills and you know how to do it. So you can stop watching this video now. What I'm going to do before ending the video, though, is I'm going to explain in about a minute or two what exactly a package is, because that's a common question that I get. But it's completely optional to keep listening to the video. So within R, there's a bunch of functions which are essentially commands that you can tell the computer to do in order to help you analyze your data or accomplish some other goal. Those functions are sometimes capabilities, essentially, that are built into R, such as the mean function or the plot function that you may have used to describe your data. But sometimes even somebody like you or me, just a regular user of R and RStudio, might decide to create a function or a set of functions or a set of commands or processes within R for others to use. And then the way that you share those functionalities within R with other users are by making a package. So in the example in this video, we had the Companion to Applied Regression, CAR, or CAR package that we wanted to load, and in the future, you may use certain functions within the CAR package in order to analyze your data. So that's what's going on. As you continue to use R and RStudio, you'll likely have to install a number of packages and then load those packages using the library command in order to add some functionality, give yourself some additional tools to use to analyze your data. So you can think of a package like as a toolbox, and then functions within that package as individual tools. So installing a package is like going to the hardware store and getting a new toolbox. That's the install.packages command. Running the library command is like going to your closet and getting the toolbox out so that you're ready to use it to do some work. And then what we did not demonstrate in this video is any toolbox contains a set of tools. Those are the individual functions and commands that you now have the capability to run now that you've opened the toolbox on your computer.